Our COP27 has been the COP of many firsts in terms of putting loss and damage on the agenda, establishing the first children and youth pavilion, and many more. So tell us about the progress that has so far been achieved.
As you rightly mentioned, it's a COP of many firsts, but what I like it to be really is to be the first COP that takes matters related to implementation seriously. It's great, of course, to have the first pavilion dedicated to youth, and through that pavilion we called for more involvement of youth beyond just being in a pavilion, but could be more represented in delegations. The other first you mentioned is the loss and damage. This is going to be a breakthrough, I hope, if it comes with timeline, with adequate funding.
Are we getting close to that?
I think in this very room, when we are close to the end of the marathon here, we'll know more about the substance and the outcomes from the negotiations. But what we like to see really representing the non-state actors, the business sector, research centers, international financial institutions, and NGOs and CSOs, because we cannot really go beyond, in terms of implementation, beyond what the state actors are negotiating and agreeing on. We can always think ahead, but we cannot implement ahead.
The Chinese technologies and the model China is leading for climate change, for reducing emissions, and they've announced, of course, their strategic plan about carbon peak by 2035 and then neutrality by 2060. What other projects in China you would like to highlight in COP?
I think when it comes to strategies, long-term planning and implementing them, there is a very credible track record by China and the Chinese. Especially since the big reforms in 1979 until now, and the modernization of the economy and the society in 2017, when the figure of ending extreme poverty within 3 years was announced. Despite the challenges, they announced it and they managed to deliver it. This strategy of China on climate and development are complementary, and actually they are integrated in the way that the finances and the means of implementation within China and beyond are going to be applied. So I'm very optimistic.